Let me see. Prussian military dagger. Robbery does not appear to be the motive. Valuable collection untouched. What do you make of this, Watson?
Well, it's an amazing coincidence.
Coincidence? Here is one of the three men we have named as possible actors in this drama. And it meets a violent end during the very hours we know that drama is enacted. The odds are enormously against it being a coincidence. The two events are connected. Must be connected. It is for us to find the connection.
By now, the police must know all.
No, not at all. They know all they see at Godolphin Street. They know and shall know nothing of Whitehall Terrace. Only we know of both events and can trace the relation between them. It is with the late Eduardo Lucas that the solution to our problem lies. But it is a capital mistake to theorize in advance of the facts. Do you stay here, my good Watson? I will join you when I'm able. They've arrested the valet. Lestrade has been put in charge of the case. He's buzzing around like a bluebottle.
I've got to know him rather well. Would it help if I spoke to him?
No, it would not. This is the case where the law is as dangerous to us as the criminals are. We must be patient and wait.
Lieutenant, Lucas murder case. Evening Lieutenant. Lucas murder case. Suspect released. Murder case. Lieutenant. Suspect released. Evening Standard. Lucas murder case.
Mr. Holmes.
No, thank you, Mrs. Hudson. I don't want to.
I don't know. You'll fade away at this rate.
I say, Holmes, they've found the murderer. Or rather, murderess.
Indeed?
There's a wire from Paris. Apparently, Lucas was leading a double life. He had a Creole wife in France where he called himself Henri Fournay. The woman was reported to the police yesterday by her servants. She is quite insane, a mania of a dangerous and permanent form.
Poor woman.
But listen to this. The same woman was seen in the neighborhood of Godolphin Street on the night of the murder and later made an emotional scene at Charing Cross Station. Now, what do you think of that?
Oh, my dear Watson, you are so long-suffering. If I've told you nothing over these last few days, it's because there is nothing to tell. Even now, this report from Paris doesn't help us much.
Well, surely it's final as regards Lucas's death.
The man's death is a mere incident, a trivial episode in comparison with our real task, which is to trace the document and save a European catastrophe. Now, if the letter were loose... No, it cannot be loose. But if it isn't loose, where can it be? Who has it? Why is it held back?
Well, if Lestrade found it amongst Lucas's papers, he's not such a fool as to announce it.
He would inform the Chief Commissioner. The Chief Commissioner would inform the Home Secretary, and he, in turn, the Prime Minister. No, it's not among Lucas's papers. But why is it held back? That is the question which beats in my brain like a hammer. Was it a mere coincidence that Lucas should meet his death on the night when the letter disappeared? Did it ever reach him? Has this mad wife of his taken it with her to Paris? If so, is it in her house in Paris? Should I go to Paris? That would alert the French police. Now, every man's hand is against us. And yet, the interests at stake are colossal. You know, should I bring this to a successful conclusion, it will certainly represent the crowning glory of my career.
Holmes!
Go!
Thank you.
There you go, Gov.
Thank you.
How?
Mr. Holmes! Dr. Watson! You've no doubt been following the Lucas case?
Lucas? Lucas. Ah, yes, the name does seem familiar to me.
Eduardo Lucas. Found murdered last Tuesday night at his house in Godolphin Street. Rather a distinguished gentleman. Student of international politics and a remarkable linguist, so they say. I've been in charge of the case, matter of fact. Not an easy task by any means. Some delicate problems, you understand. But with the aid of our French friends, I've been able to bring the case to a satisfactory conclusion. All the loose ends tied up. Oh, we've got it. Clear as if we'd seen it.
Oh, congratulations, Lestrade. Another feather in your cap.
Thank you.
Yes, indeed.
Before you go, Mr. Holmes, it's a mere trifle, but the sort of thing you take an interest in. Queer, you know, what you might call freakish. It has nothing to do with the main fact. Can't have on the face of it.
What is it, then?
Well, if you gentlemen could come down to Godolphin Street, I think I could explain it better on the spot.
For a few minutes, perhaps?
Oh, good. It's only just round the corner. Thank you, cabby. Keep the change. Here it all is. Now, the woman must have knocked on the door after she saw the valet had gone out. A surprise visit, no doubt. Lucas let her in. He couldn't keep her on the street, could he, his own wife? She was probably screaming at him, being French.
Excuse me.
Saying how she'd traced him and reproaching him and so on. Anyway, they came in here, and one thing led to another. And with the daggers being so handy, the end came soon. It didn't happen in an instant, though, for these chairs were swept over to the wall, and he had this one in his hand, as if he'd been trying to hold her off with it.
Yes, Lestrade, thank you. Now tell me about this trifle.
Well, you know, in crimes of this sort, we keep things in their position. Nothing is moved. Officers in charge day and night. I'm always very particular on that point.
Oh, yes, you're meticulous in your investigations, Inspector.
Well, this morning we thought we could tidy up a bit. Post-mortem over, all the evidence to hand, investigation complete. However, this carpet. As you can see, it's not been fastened down, it's just been laid there. Now, we had occasion to raise it. And we found...
Yes?
You'll never guess in 100 years what we did find, Mr. Holmes.